You're buying someone a gift. Buy someone a gift that you can look past. Don't buy a gift that will itakuweka hapo ukwamie hapo kwa sababu ulimnunulia BMW, ulimnunulia phone ya nguvu, ulimnunulia laptop, uliinvest kwao, ulifanya nini? So you are not able to move on because of what you have invested. Not because of the love now. It's because of what you have invested. So my honest, genuine advice.
Madam Joyce Mghoi, good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you?
I'm very fine. Weekend yako imekuwaje?
Uko mzima?
Kabisa.
Hata weekend yangu imekuwa mzuri.
Wow.
Nashukuru Mungu.
Amen. Sasa basi mambo na rejection.
What
about all
ushawahi kuwa rejected? Chacha lakini ni siri atuongee hiyo sana.
Mimi si siri nitasema.
I think hakuna mtu ambaye haja faced rejection.
Exactly.
I don't think there is someone who has never faced rejection in one way or another. So leo nataka tuongee about rejection and coping mechanisms and rejection and how it affects careers, how it affects people's work, how it affects someone's productivity, someone's being able to be productive at work, or even being able to be productive even in class, or being able to perform well in class. It actually affects. There is a relationship between rejection and productivity and career growth and career development. There is a relationship. So this topic about rejection, it came because there are some people that felt that I needed to talk about this. Actually, I have talked about it even in Facebook. There are some highlights on rejection, but I still want to talk about it and say, what is rejection? Rejection is being able to is being being dismissed or being refused or being being told that we cannot continue anymore. It is the dismissing or refusing of a proposal, of an idea, or spanning a person's affection or rejecting someone's affection. Or yes, kukataliwa. Actually, that's what we are saying. Exactly. It is rejection. Now, there are different types of rejection, Chacha. It is not only rejection in terms of love or in terms of relationship. We also have parental rejections. There are some parents that have rejected their children. Some of them rejected them even right from the time they were conceived in the womb. Because we have had even parents that even give birth to the children and they don't even want to see the child. The nurse takes the child and says, mweke uko kando, and they have rejected that child right from the time the child was conceived up to the child has grown. They have rejected that child. Others reject their children when they are already born and they are walking around and so on for one reason or another. There could be many reasons why parents reject their children. But is it right? No, it is not right. Then we have friends rejection. General friends, not necessarily a boyfriend or a girlfriend, but general friends. They may reject you in one way or another. Employers rejection. There are very many people who have written an application and the employer does not even get back to say your application did not succeed. They just keep quiet. Others, you go for an interview and they don't call you for an interview. That is still some kind of rejection. They just concluded election. There was some kind of rejection. Nime campaign, nimewapatia do, lakini hamujanichagua. What is that? Is that not rejection? Yeah. Then we also have business rejection. There's someone who has ever come to you and told you, I want to sell you this. And you told them, I don't need it. That is still rejection. We don't think about it, but it is still rejection. You have rejected.
Watu wa online. Ni kama washaingia kwa inbox akaambia save for save. Pole. Tunakatanga lakini pole.
That is true.
The answer is here.
And we just reject them. And we don't even think much about it, by the way. Even hawkers, sometimes they come even up to your eyes and they show you, this is what I want to sell to you. And you brush them off and you move on. That is still rejection. There is another rejection which, Chacha, I don't know whether we'll get time to talk about it, but it's very, very important. This is self-rejection. Self-rejection. You yourself, you are rejecting yourself. You yourself, you don't think there is anything good that is coming from from you.
Ini ya mwaka.
Yeah, and we really need to talk about that one, because as much as we are talking about being rejected by someone else, you know, when you're being rejected by someone else, it's very easy for you to go and sit somewhere and say, Chacha rejected me, or so and so rejected me, so bad, so like this. We can be able to talk about that. But how about self-rejection? You yourself, you're rejecting yourself. And there are signs. You can be able to know whether you have been rejected, or you can be able to know whether you are rejecting.
I like to understand the signs. I like to know, Madam Joyce.
The signs. When people don't want to talk to you, that is a sign of rejection. When people brush you off, that's a sign of rejection. You know? It's also possible someone who rejects you may also have been rejected. By the way, it's very, very possible. It's very, very possible, because even studies have been shown. You see people who abuse others in their relationship. Maybe a wife batterer, a husband batterer. Some of those people have grown in violent homes. They have seen their fathers abusing their mothers. They have seen their mothers abusing their fathers. So they carry this. So it's very possible that someone who is rejecting you is also facing rejection. So he's just projecting that on you. You are just on the line. Nika revenge too, you are just on the line.
So madam, this act of rejection sometimes inaweza kuwa deliberate, ama wakati mwingine hata wao hujui kama you rejecting a person.
Okay, yes. Sometimes it is deliberate. You are through with that person. You don't want to see them anymore. You are consciously doing it, that I don't want to see this person. Others, it may be unconscious. Just the way I've told you, kuna watu wanaweza kuja kukuuzia something and you just brush them off and you go. You're not obliged. You're actually not obliged to buy their product. You're not obliged to elect someone. You're not obliged, to employ someone. You're not obliged. So yes, either way, consciously or unconsciously. Now, there are some signs of rejection, as we are saying. If somebody does not return your calls, that's a rejection, or they are showing you they are rejecting you. If they don't pick your calls, if they don't return your messages, if they ignore you even when you are in a crowd, or if you go to see them and they are ignoring you, that's a sign of rejection. If they are rude to you, that's a sign of rejection. If they are using unkind words, there are people who just use unkind words and so on, or they are criticizing you excessively. Na inakuumiza. They are rejecting you, they criticize you, or they don't spend time with you. Initially, you are spending time with them, but they are no longer spending time with you. Yeah, they are busy. They are all of a sudden so busy. I am held up. I am tied up. I'm a little bit busy. Come call me tomorrow. And initially, you are very good. Initially, you are flowing. You're very good. You could call each other. You could walk with each other. You could all that. But all of a sudden, those things they are coming like that. And then, of course, you can be told directly that now, excuse me, I think this relationship will not work anymore.
This is more painful.
Yeah, they will just tell you. I don't know.
Face to face.
Yes, face to face. By the way, I think I prefer face to face than ghosting. Some people just ghost on you.
But it is good to learn from signs, madam.
It's even better, instead of ghosting, instead of refusing to pick calls, instead of refusing to take messages or to return messages, is good. You just organize a meeting and you tell that person, I would like us to talk about a few things. And you go and sit opposite each other, look at each other in the eye and tell each other that this relationship was very good, but as I am seeing it, we cannot do it anymore. We cannot move on like this. And they may give you reasons why they are thinking that relationship should not work. Sometimes they may give you reasons and tell you, I'm going for further studies, so I don't think you're going to wait for me for 6 years. Or you're going to wait. That's a very good excuse. Or they may tell you other things have come up and therefore this relationship cannot move on. So that's a sign that they're actually rejecting you. Now, how do you react when you have been told this thing is looking like it is not going to go on?
I have texted, no reply, nini na nini. Now, madam,
Chacha, which one do you prefer? You prefer the ghosting or you prefer being told?
You ghost you. I learn from the sides. you know this.
But you'll always have questions. You'll always have questions. What happened? What went wrong?
You definitely arrive into an answer that is natural.
Yeah. Okay. So you see, different people prefer different ways. So anyway, reactions to rejection. How do you react? Some people overact. Some people overact and always think about this rejection when they say we need to talk, when they say may I see you in my office, when they say let's talk about this. There are people who actually overreact about this particular thing. So as a person, don't overreact. Even when they say this is how I want it over, please don't overreact about it. There's something that I always say, and I'll keep on saying, that these people, if we are talking about, we have narrowed down to relationship. We have narrowed down to relationship. That's why we are talking about this one. We are not talking about family, parents rejection. We are not talking about employees rejection. We are talking about boy-girl relationship, a serious relationship that was going somewhere. So I always say that this person you met when you are all grown-ups. You met when probably you are all, stable in your own way. You are grown up, you are stable, and you are living, and you are happy. Even before you met them, you were happy. So when now you start overreacting and making it look like you cannot live without these people, what are you really saying? Because yes, you may have loved each other and so on. You may have felt that your lives are supposed to move together, but then you met these people when you are grown up. The same way you met these people when you are grown up, this relationship, if it ends, you will still meet another person. So don't overreact. Don't be stagnant. Not stay there. Don't start sitting at the door of the hostel waiting for them to come, because so that you can talk to them, and maybe they are late. And there are people who do that. The relationship is over and they are waiting for them at their door, day in, day out. They come, they tell them, I told you this relationship is over, and they still want to do it over and over again. So don't stagnate.
But madam, just maybe before we go to another course,
yes,
maybe know how to handle it.
Yes.
It is not good, yes, to stagnate there.
Yes.
But there's some extent, maybe this is the person that you are so strongly attached emotionally, everything. Maybe you have even started some investment, some business together, and all of a sudden, boom, not together, madam.
Yes.
Is it really easy?
Now, there is something I want to say about investment, about gifts. Actually, when I was doing it last time, when I was talking about rejection, someone asked me, what if this person you have given them gifts? Is it right for you to recover the gifts? Now, I would like to offer this genuine advice for the ladies and the gentlemen. If you are relating with someone and you are not married, kindly don't invest together. Kindly don't buy each other gifts that you cannot look past. Don't invest in that person as if you are married to them. Why? Things happen even on the wedding day. Don't things happen even on the wedding day, that you are there at the altar and the marriage doesn't take place anymore? How are you going to move on? If you have invested, you have you have a joint account, you are doing businesses together, you are not really married. It's okay to do business together, but have it separate. That my profits will be going to my account, your profits will be going to your account, so that when this relationship, in case it ends, you walk out without feeling, indebted. You move away without feeling indebted. If you are buying someone a gift, buy someone a gift that you can look past. Don't buy a gift that itakuweka hapo ukwamie hapo, kwa sababu ulimnunulia BMW, ulimnunulia phone ya nguvu, ulimnunulia laptop, uliinvest kwao, ulifanya nini? So you are not able to move on because of what you have invested, not because of the love now. It's because of what you have invested. So my honest, genuine advice:
stop investing.
Please don't excessively invest. Give something that you can forget about it, so that if this relationship were to end, you can walk away when you are still a whole person.
My good friends, when you're mnanisikiliza, don't use this as an excuse to treat watu wenu.
No. Let me tell you.
I can see my cameraman.
Let me tell you, it's very important to gift people because they are your friends.
Exactly.
But don't gift them, and then when the relationship ends, you want the gift back. That's where now it goes wrong. Give them because you wanted to give them, but don't give them, and then when the relationship, don't give them on condition you stay with me. On condition we continue to relate. On condition you will always be mine. So that when the relationship doesn't work, you're not able to move out.
See. But okay, I realize this is not even for men peke yao.
Yes.
Even ladies buy.
Yes.
But
that
sasa
is true.
Mimi nilikununulia kakitu kama demu na unakujia baadaye. So madam, Ukipeana
tafadhali sahau. Hasara. Don't go back for it. What is more valuable? Was it that gift or the relationship? If the relationship has broken, what is the use of that gift? Achana nayo.
Kitu gani? 98.8 FM Chuka Universe Radio. Nazidi kuzama hapa na pale. Rejection. Kuachwa. Okay, umeachwa. What next? Bila subuhi. Iwafikie wote wapenda nao. Kama hajakwambia I love you, let me do it on his or her behalf. Through this song, maybe kama hajakwambia, it is yet another sign ya kukuonyesha umeachwa, and the best thing you can do is just to move on. But then Madam Joyce Mghoi,
yes,
because we are here,
yes,
is moving on the only solution. Ama tunaweza ongea.
You can talk. You can talk, and that's why I was saying it's very important for people not to just ghost and just don't talk to. They need to sit down and say, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this relationship cannot work because of A, B, C, D. So that if it is something to be talked about and to be done, they can be able to do, so that they can be able to continue with their relationships. But if there is totally irreconcilable differences, then you agree that you need to separate and you need to go different ways.
And how now to handle this? Ulikuwa umesema moja, Madam Joyce Mghoi.
Okay. You also need to respect and accept the answer that has been given. Respect and accept the answer that has been given, or the resolution that someone has come up with to end the relationship. And if possible, you can ask why. If they are genuine enough, they can give you reasons why they think this relationship cannot be able to work. Then you can distance yourself from the situation. That's another way. You distance yourself from the situation and take a break from the social media, take a break from their environment or where they are, so that you don't continue to see them as they are moving on. Probably some of them have moved on with another person. So it can be very hurting if you are stalking them and really, trying to see what they are doing. It will be more painful when you are doing that. So it's good to distance yourself. Then allow yourself to feel the emotions, because the emotions will be there. Sometimes you'll cry. Sometimes you'll feel angered. Sometimes you'll feel bitter. Sometimes there are actually about 5 ways to deal with serious loss. Serious loss, you can deal with it in 5 ways. The first one is denial, where you deny and you ask, ameniacha kweli? Ama ni, and you don't really accept that the person has left you. Denial. Then you go to anger. You get angry. You start even citing those things that I was telling you, where you are saying, I even bought her a laptop. I even did this. I did this. How can they do this? Exactly. And so on. You are angry. Then you can go to bargaining. Bargaining is now what you are saying when you say, can we talk about these things? So bargaining is where now you start texting the other person and telling them, I'm thinking that we can still work this out. I am thinking if you come back, I will treat you well. I will treat you the best way. Yeah, those things that you're complaining about, I will deal with them and so on. You are bargaining. And bargaining, when it goes to even religion, there's a place where people go, they pray to God and tell God, if you save me from this, if you deliver me from this, Sitarudia, and I promise to give you A, B, C, D. That's the stage of bargaining, where you are bargaining if that relationship or if that loss, is can be redone, so that it's no longer, you can go back to each other. Then you bargain. Then there is the depression stage. The depression stage is where everything is quiet. Everything is quiet. Even you are quiet. You're no longer complaining. You're no longer, you are just quiet. Everything else has gone quiet. Totally quiet. Then from that stage, it goes now to acceptance stage. Acceptance stage is where life goes back to normal. Life goes back to normal. If you are going to work, if you are doing, you start being happy, your life continues. Your life continues. When you think about it, it may pain, but not as much. Not as much. So allow yourself to feel the emotions and to analyze the emotions that you are feeling. Be conscious of the emotions that you are feeling. And sometimes ask yourself why you are feeling those emotions. Why are you feeling those emotions? If you are feeling the emotions of anger, why are you feeling angry? explore those emotions. Then look for social support, people to talk to, look for social support, or friends or relatives that you can be around that can help you deal with it. Therapy is another thing. You can look for a customer. You can look for a counselor, not customer. You can look for a counselor to talk to them. Do things that you like. Practice self-care. You take care of yourself, don't usijiachilie kwa sababu uliachwa. You're actually proving right. You are proving the other person right. You are proving that other person right, and you are justifying why they actually left you. So don't usijiachilie. Take care of yourself. Do self-care, shower, dress well, spray yourself nicely. Tengeneza kucha for the gentlemen, ushevu vizuri, uoge, nyoa ndevu vizuri, vaa koti mzuri na kiatu imepigwa nini shine. It also makes you feel good. It also makes taking care of yourself also makes you feel good. And then self-reflection. Think about yourself. Think about how you met. Think about the mistakes that you made in this particular relationship and how best it can be able to be done. So learn from this situation as you are doing self-reflection. Then put the rejection into context. Know why it actually happened. Know why it actually happens. So when you do that, you are able to become better and you are able to spot new opportunities or to get new opportunities or to get new goals, because maybe that time you are having goals with this person. Now you need to set new goals. You need to set new goals. You need to look for other opportunities, and you need to move on with your life.
Wow.
I want to say this, Chacha, that rejection is the interpretation of rejection is what hurts. What hurts when someone says it is over, it is not the relationship being over, it is how you reinterpret that being told it is over. Most of the time when we are told it is over, we start asking ourselves, what's wrong with me? Kwani amenionaje? Kwani I'm not good enough? Kwani I didn't do this? You start hurting yourself by thinking, what is it that you didn't do? What is it that you did? So you start going back to yourself. And this is where self-rejection also comes in. So it hurts more. It may not be anything to do with you. Most of the relationship don't end because you are the problem. Neither of you is the problem. But the ambitions, the goals, and the direction has changed. Just the way I'm telling you, if someone tells you they want to go outside the country and they will stay there maybe for 5-6 years.
Will you still wait?
Will you still wait? So don't start feeling, why did they go? There is kila mtu akona passion yake in life.
Exactly.
And if my passion does not fall within you and I move on, it doesn't mean that you are bad. It doesn't mean that there is anything wrong with you. It just means there is a path I am taking that does not include you. So rejection hurts because of how we interpret rejection. The way we interpret it, the way we look at it is what actually gives us the pain. And then also because all of us, all human beings, one of the basic needs of a human being is love and belonging. Love and belonging. So when the love and belonging is threatened, then again we feel pained, we feel rejected, we feel emotionally down because of that.
There's something tulikuwa tumeguzia mwanzo.
Yes.
And I feel like maybe tunaweza elaborate more.
Yes.
Now this is the outcome ya rejection.
Yes.
Unaanza kurevenge. Because CJ and Madam Joyce,
yes,
kulikuwa na rejection between me.
Yes.
I extended to Washira, I
yes,
extended to Glory or
yes,
to other person because yes, of what nilipitia between me.
Yes.
Is that right, Madam Joyce?
Okay.
And
now that is not right. There are two things there that probably we can mention. One of them is rebound. When someone gets rejection, immediately they look for somebody else and try to show this other one, uliniacha. Hata mimi niko na. There is that rebound. And then there is that you are rejected, so you also reject. And this is where blank statements such as all men are vile wanawaitaga, all men are, D or something, GS.
All men are handsome.
So, have you ever seen a bitter lady that stands and says, all men are this? A very negative word, a heavy word, abusing all men. Why? because of one rejection. They got a rejection from a man, and therefore every other man, they're looking at them like that. The same to the gentlemen. They may have been hurt by one woman. One woman hurt them, but they will stand and say, all women are. They use all those negative words. So someone is hurt, someone is rejected, they also hurt other people. Actually, people who hurt other people have also been hurt. At some point, they have all been hurt. And that's why I was telling you, studies have been shown that any marriage where there is abusive relationship, domestic violence, a man beats his wife. If you try to find out that man, the mother was also going through the same with the father. So they grew in that particular situation. So he has carried it over. The same to the ladies. If your mother was abusing your father, either verbally, emotionally, or physically, this person may also be abusing their partners. So it is wrong. When someone is rejected, they need to deal with that rejection so that they don't carry it over to the next relationship. And that's why I'm saying issues about rebound. You know, you get rejected today, tomorrow yule admirer alikuwa anakuadmire, unaenda unamwambia sasa no more admiring, I'm available, please come.
And maybe a question on that, Madam Joyce Mghoi.
Yes.
When should we move on after rejection?
When should we move on after rejection?
How long should we take?
How long should we take? Okay, there is no fixed time. There is no fixed time to say maybe you should move on after 3 months, move on after 1 year, or 3 years, or 4 years. There is no fixed time. The time for you to move on depends on how you have healed. You should only move on if you have healed from the past relationship. So it depends on how fast you get healed. If the relationship was very serious, you may even take a year.
Wow.
If the relationship was like, hapa kulikuwa tu ni mchezo, ameenda, hata nilikuwa nangoja aende.
Muliachana mkidate. Muliachana 2020,
exactly,
but you're still together in 2022.
Exactly, there are some relationships that are already over, but people are still together, keeping together the show of other people. People are seeing you are, you know, and they're saying, bado wako pamoja. But in the real sense, in relationship ilishaisha. So it depends. There are those whose relationship has already ended. They are just there physically. So how wakisha ambiana it is over, this person may pick up immediately and move on without necessarily hurting a lot.
So I had a friend.
Yes.
Based on a true story.
Yes.
Aliacha mtu na kumwacha aliona hakuna mahali naenda. So after that alimwacha on a Sunday. On a Monday yule alikuwa kwa relationship ingine. So who is hurting more here?
Yule mwingine alikuwa tayari yako kwa relationship ingine. Now it depends. This other one mwenye ameingia kwa relationship ingine, it may be a rebound. It may be a rebound. It might be they are hurting inside. They want to show you, umeniacha, I have somebody else. They may be hurting. Actually, someone who is on rebound may be hurting so much. So they just want to show the other person. If actually at the rebound, like now, on a Monday and on a Sunday, if they see you with that person, they are hoping you will call them. They are hoping you'll text them back and tell them, please, I think I made a mistake. Back. Actually, that's what rebound is all about. It's about showing the other person, umeniacha, I have another person. So that kufilisha huyo mtu, if I can use that word.
No, asikie kawaru.
Asikie kiwaru.
Now, Madam Joyce,
yes.
Let us say for a boy child and a girl child before we conclude. When a person tells you, I cannot do this, maybe akona break. Na amekwambia you've went there wewe ujui aliachwa lakini wewe umeenda thinking it is a fresh thing unaanzisha. Na amekwambia sahi hapana, let me try to heal. And maybe you force it happen. Should we still continue pushing to have a relationship with people ambao wako rejected? Unaniambia
if they tell you give me time because I'm healing from my past relationship, give them time. Give them time, be present for them, let them go through the healing before they will show you whether they are ready for another relationship. Because if you insist that they take you and if you insist that you want to have this relationship and they keep telling you, I am healing from a past relationship, there will be mixed of emotions there. they haven't healed from this relationship. Another one has come. There are things that will happen in your relationship that they will start thinking it is the same thing that is going to happen. So it's very important to let people heal before you start another relationship. It's very important for people to heal. And if someone has gone through rejection, let them explore their emotions until they are completely healed before they start another relationship. They can have friends around them because we have said social support is important, but they should not start committing on a relationship before they have healed on another one. Now let's talk about rejection and career, just briefly. Exactly. I don't know how many minutes we have.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Rejection and career. Exactly. Does rejection affect careers? The answer is a big yes. Anybody who is going through emotional turmoil because of rejection, they don't concentrate even in class. Anybody who is going through emotional turmoil because of rejection, even at workplace, they don't work well. They are not productive. They cannot be able to think well. If they are going through rejection and there have been things like even gaslighting where they create, someone who is gaslighting on you creates a doubt in you. You doubt yourself. You don't even think you're good enough. You doubt yourself. You doubt everything that you do. So if you're working, you may not even have confidence to do projects or to embark on new assignments because you are feeling that probably you will not be able to accomplish them, or you'll not be able to achieve the goals of work, the goals of your studies, the goals of whatever it is that you are doing. So yes, there is a relationship between rejection and productivity. There is a relationship between rejection and career development. You cannot be able to develop your career well objectively if you are going through rejection. But what I want to say is we can heal from rejection. Everybody gets rejected at one time or another, and everybody rejects at one time or another. So let's take it as a normal occurrence, a normal thing that happens in life, and let us, take it in a positive way, that when you are rejected, you are being told, check again in another direction, not this one.
It is not
when
over.
One door is closed,
another
one opens.
Your last word, Madam Joyce Mghoi, just 30 seconds.
That it is well.
It is well.
That it is well. Even if you have gone through rejection, just know it is a normal occurrence. You will heal from it. Take your time. Take a day at a time. Heal from it. Pick yourself up and continue.
Itakuwa sawa.
Asante
sana Madam Joyce Mghoi, tunashukuru sana. Lakini basi kwa niaba ya msikilizaji, matangazo ataipata wapi?
Touch of Grace KE, kindly go there, Touch of Grace KE, watch, like, subscribe and share and leave a comment there. And also in the Facebook, also Touch of Grace page.